Hello, viewers. I, Riya Verma, extend a warm welcome to all of you to today's session. Joining us today is an inspiring innovator and entrepreneur whose work is transforming agriculture through sustainability and biotechnology. Her venture is not only tackling pollution but also combating malnutrition by converting agriculture waste into valuable products. We are honored to have with us Dr. Pooja Dubey Pandey, the visionary behind Beti Innovative Private Limited, a startup working towards sustainable solution using mushroom and biotech innovations. Beti is revolutionizing the sector by producing high quality mushroom spawn, creating value added mushroom based product, and developing biodegradable packaging as an alternative to plastic. Welcome to Krishi Jagran, Dr. Pooja.
Thank you. Namaste.
So,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Pooja, please tell us a bit about yourself and what inspired you to start this venture. Over
Yeah.
to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, first of all, for giving this wonderful platform and opportunity. Starting from myself, you have already introduced already about Beti. Myself, Dr. Pooja Dubey Pandey. I am the founder of Beti Innovative Private Limited. I have done my master's and PhD in biotechnology. Since beginning, when I had taken this subject, biotechnology, it was always very much attracting and inspiring to me because whatever we read in our subjects, it was like always some solutions we were able to see through biotechnology. But at the time of studies, I had never thought that I'm going to start some entrepreneurship or business related thing related to my subjects. But there was always some inspiring points which were clicking always, and majorly focusing towards malnutrition and pollution issues. But when I was working in Tata, that was my last job. When While working in Tata, I found that small kids and many people, those who are facing the problems related to cancer, the basic problems in the environment, they are existing. They are majorly through malnutrition issues and pollution issues. So I thought whatever knowledge and experience I have gained throughout my life through my research, and also I felt that while working in the research and academic field, things take time in going to ground level. So I was like thinking that during my lifetime I wanted to make some of my contributions for the society. So I thought I must start something of my own, but still I was wondering what to start with. Basically, I had experience with the plant tissue culture, virus culture, different type of molecular biology and cloning techniques. But still I was starting thinking what to start with. And when I came up with the idea initially to start something with plant tissue culture, to start from sustainable solutions related to the dyes and all which are existing in the environment, toxic dyes are there. But I found that to start with the plant tissue culture lab, a lot of funds are required. And when I was working in Tata, I found that pollution and malnutrition are the two major causes which are to be addressed. And when I came back to my house after leaving the job, from my basement, I thought of collecting all my revenues and whatever finance I'm having, what I can start with. I found mushrooms as the best solution for addressing both of these problems altogether. And when I finalized about mushroom, I came to know that the basic thing required to grow mushroom is the seeds, the spawn, and it requires a good biotechnological experience. So that was the thing I came up with. I started my lab from my house basement. I made that area into a small laboratory, and then I started making mushroom spawn with a small investment. Although I got some financial support from my father-in-law, he has been a great support for me. So that's how it happened. And when I came back before starting the lab, people started asking to me, now you have come back, you should have a family. Like, I was already having a daughter, so they started telling you must have a son. So I went to my daughter and I asked whether you want a brother or sister. She told I need a sister. So here came the idea of the name Beti. I gave the term Beti, and the full form is Biotech Era Transforming India. Era is my daughter's name. I am a biotechnologist, and I wanted to transform India through biotechnology. That's all the story about how Beti term was coined and how my journey started.
Wow, that's really creative and really insightful. So, One of the BT's key innovation is converting agriculture waste into wealth and health. Could you please
Mm.
elaborate how this process works and its impact on farmers?
Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you, Ria, for asking. When we start some journey and when we are working on a problem and focusing on some solution, finding out the solution for a problem, we find another problem on the way. So when I was working on mushroom spawn, that was already like I had standardized. But when I came to know that there are many other problems existing side to side on which I had to work with for this. So agriculture waste, I was aware that is a great issue, is a big problem because farmers are not finding any way how to manage the agriculture waste. The parali is a big problem in India. So not only parali, there are a number of agriculture waste which are being generated, and we are agriculture country. We have a lot of agriculture waste generated. It's more than 700 metric ton of agriculture waste is being generated in India, and it is neither proper managed. So farmers have to burn it. They have no other solutions. So mushroom was a key solution for this. When I was working on this, I came to know that farmers are not very much aware about this. So I also started providing the training programs, as each and every mushroom variety has a different technology which has to be standardized. But the easiest one, which any farmer who is not educated and he is not having a big investment to start, so to use that agriculture waste, oyster mushroom was the best solution I came up with. So I started providing the technology and training to farmers, and many people, those who were interested to come up and to start something into mushroom, those who were interested, I started providing training and guidance to them. That's how it all started.
Thank you, Pooja, for sharing this. Now, I want to ask mushroom are often considered a superfood, yet their potential remains underutilized in many parts of India. How is
Right.
BT helping to bridge this gap and promote mushroom based nutrition? Also, you have the mushroom based product, so you can
Yeah.
showcase
Yeah.
those products, and
Yeah. Yeah.
also you can tell us the benefit about it.
Yeah, definitely. Ria, actually, I came to know that mushroom have a shorter shelf life. So, as I told, when you are working on one problem, you find another problem, and you have to work on another solution. So, when I trained people, farmers, to grow mushrooms, they were facing challenge in marketing mushrooms. So mushrooms, especially oyster mushrooms, people are not aware about the varieties of mushrooms. They know only button mushrooms. Although button mushrooms are very famous in India, but it needs bigger investment and bigger units to grow, and a lot of technology, a lot of knowledge. So small farmers cannot afford all that. So I planned for guiding them on those mushrooms which can easily grow on agri waste. So first of all, I will like to show you my product. First product is this. We do the tissue culture. I'm at Rashtrapati Bhavan right now, so I cannot show you all the cultures and all. So I'm directly showing you this product. I can show you through this picture that what we do actually. We do the tissue culture of different kind of mushrooms. You can see the milky mushroom here. It is an Indian variety. It can be grown on agri waste very easily. So we prepare the cultures. These are made in under completely sterile conditions through biotechnological process. We prepare these cultures. So these all varieties, there are few varieties I'm showing here. We prepare the cultures and we prepare the spawn, and this spawn can be used directly to grow on agri waste or as a substrate. So we provide this guidance to the farmers and people to use this spawn. And further, what happened after growing mushroom, especially oyster mushroom, they were not finding market. So we came up with the idea of having get it preserved. So this was the solution. These are dehydrated mushrooms, as you can see in the picture. So when you expose mushrooms in sunlight, they prepare vitamin D. So there were two benefits. It gets dehydrated, it loses the moisture content, and can be preserved for a year if packaged properly. without any preservative. It can be kept for 1 year. And apart from that, when it is exposed with sunlight, it prepares vitamin D in itself. Already mushroom is a very good source of protein, calcium, many other vitamins, fiber, folic acid, and many such nutrients which we don't get from plants like ergothioneine, glutathione, etc. So it is a superfood. That's why we started guiding them to make the mushroom dehydrated form. And further, those people who are interested to consume the mushroom, they can keep it easily in their kitchen for a year. We are providing with this zipper bag, and some of the part has to be taken. You can search on YouTube. Sanjeev Kapoor's recipe are already there. He's using lot of dehydrated oyster mushrooms in biryanis, soups and noodles. So this was the easiest way to provide nutrition in diet for the people. Apart from that, those who are not liking interested in using the fruit bodies, so we came up with the idea of mushroom powders. You can see Beti mushroom powder. So we make the powder out of those fruit bodies, so it becomes a concentrated nutrition. Already mushroom is a superfood, and it is exposed with the sunlight, having vitamin D. And if 1 spoon can be added to any food, and it enriches your food. Your nutritional profile of any food can be enhanced. You can add it into any soup. Nowadays mushroom coffee is in a lot of trend. People are adding this for taste as well, not only for health. So this was the way we came up with the solution. Apart from that, in this chain, we came up with some other products. This is some more, like when you add mushroom powder into any food, it not only enhances the health and nutrition, it will also add a special taste. So this is the seasoning which is developed by adding mushroom powder, as well as moringa is also here. And we have added some aromatic spices. And we have not used any preservative. We have used the oils to and it is a very scientifically formulated product, so that vitamin D gets absorbed from the tongue itself, because vitamin D is a fat soluble vitamin, and if oils are present, they will also provide the preservation thing to the product, and the absorption of vitamin D starts from the tongue. So this masala is completely a hit. It is just like Maggi masala. So here we are getting a wonderful response, and this is how, like, we are going into the exhibitions, and wherever we are getting the opportunity, we are trying to create awareness these kind of products. And anyhow, through this powder, through this dehydrated mushroom, through these spices and other products, people are able to consume mushrooms in their daily diet. Even those people who say we don't like mushrooms, we there are many myths related to mushrooms, but because of these kind of flavors and tastes, they are able to consume them in their daily diet. Yeah, I would also, yeah, you continue. After that, I will also add some more about other products.
Okay, you may.
Okay. So once these products are developed, these are grown on agri waste, as I told, on parali and different type of agri waste. After once mushrooms are harvested, still there is another waste left behind, which can be used for further processing. I can discuss later about that.
You can discuss now.
Okay, okay. So you can see here in this picture, this is that waste which is used into different type of biodegradable products which we are developing. Agri waste, again, another waste is generated from parali after mushrooms are harvested. So we are using that waste to convert into these beautiful articles and products. Okay.
Dr. Pooja, these products are really wonderful.
Thank you.
If our viewers want to purchase this, where they can find this product, please
uh,
let us.
Yeah, although these products are already available on our website, biotechera.com, www.biotechera.com. Apart from that, you can also have my contact numbers: 88 395 75166. If you find any difficulty or in choosing the products, the right choice for you. And we are also going to different exhibitions. Currently I am at Rashtrapati Bhavan. We have got a stall. We are selected through MSME, and we are representing Madhya Pradesh. Here there is only one stall from Madhya Pradesh of Beti. So you can come here. We are available till tomorrow here as well.
Okay, so moving ahead, I want to know what are your revenue streams?
Yeah, so as you saw, all these products we are working on, each and every product is a revenue stream for us, apart from the basic one, the spawn. Because earlier we were facing challenge, as you asked, how we are creating awareness, how people are able to understand about the mushrooms. Slowly we have found a change and difference. Last 2 years back, I can say we were facing a lot of challenge during the summers, because not everyone was ready to grow mushrooms. But now, as we have created a lot of awareness and continuously we are working on this, keeping patience. So now from this year we have found milky mushrooms are the summer varieties, pink oyster mushrooms are the summer varieties, and we are getting very good orders from all over India. People are now demanding for milky mushroom spawn, pink oyster mushroom spawn, and some of the other varieties which can be grown easily even in the summers. So this is the best part which we are experiencing. Apart from that, we are providing our mushroom powders, dehydrated mushrooms, seasonings, and these biodegradable articles on corporate B2B basis also. So these are our revenue models, and through trainings and spawn, we are able to generate the revenue.
Thank you for sharing this your diversified revenue streams with us, your model. So, as a women entrepreneur, what are the challenges have you faced?
Yeah, definitely. First of all, before women entrepreneur, I am a biotechnologist and researcher. And when we are studying biology, we are never taught about the business kind of thing. Earlier in our education, we were never provided any information regarding business, so we were always lacking. Like, I have done my PhD, but when I started my business, I had to start from zero. Like, you can say from ABC I had to learn. I felt so much illiterate about business and all. I had no idea. Just I started a lab, but I had no idea how to get the licenses, what kind of compliances we have to do. Apart from that, I am a woman, so whenever I was going to any place, we were not given the first priority. It is said in India, महिलाओं को पहले प्राथमिकता दी जाती है, but when you go to the real world, the things are completely different. We have to face a lot of challenge, including, like, we are not able to get the loans so quickly, banks, and people don't trust women so easily. And you have to manage your business, your social entrepreneurship, and your family, side to side. So these are the key challenges a woman entrepreneur is facing. But anyhow, we are able to manage everything. Once we learn, we come to the track and we can lead this world.
That's really wonderful. So, last but not least, I want to ask what messages would you like to share with aspiring entrepreneurs, especially women looking to make an impact in agriculture and
Yeah.
sustainability?
Yeah. Uh, Agriculture and sustainability. First of all, many of us are not aware about the term sustainability. Sustainability, people are confused. What is sustainability? So we want to bring a lot of awareness regarding this. And women are already working on sustainability. Like, they are always using and trying their best to use the leftovers, the waste things, and to reutilize the things. So women are naturally trained for all those kind of things. But still, I would like to say to women to come to the field, to the ground. Don't get hesitated, and don't think that nothing is possible. If you plan, if you think of using your experience and knowledge, whatever you have gained throughout life, it may take some time in learning the process, but keep patience. Definitely, once you keep on moving, आप एक बार चलोगे सारा जहां आपके साथ चलेगा, तो आपको कोशिश करते रहना है. Definitely you are going to achieve your dreams and work on sustainability because that is the need of the hour, and agriculture is the need of the hour. We are going to lack in water, in land and many things. So I request all women to come forward in the field of sustainability and agriculture.
That's true. Agriculture is not just a part of our life. Agriculture is a way of life, I would say. So,
Yeah,
your work
yeah.
is truly inspiring and an ideal model to the power of innovation in sustainable agriculture. It has been pleasure learning about your journey and the impact of BT's initiative. We wish you continued success for your future endeavors. Thank you for joining us with us, Pooja.
Thank you, Ria, for this great opportunity. Even I am thankful to all of you, the team Jagran,
Thank you.
Krishi Jagran.